All right, it's great in here with Forever Booked, and in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 things that you need to have in place as a medical spa owner to make it much easier and seamless to sell your treatments and packages in your clinic. So let's dive right in here. I got this super fancy diagram called the Trifecta of seamless selling, and the 3 things you need to have in place are 1, an optimized sales environment, 2, a perfect consultation sequence, and 3, correct offer sequencing. And when you pay attention to these 3 things, when they all come together, it's going to make your selling process much easier. It's going to make it way easier to close packages. You're going to hear no, or I need to think about it, or I need to talk to my husband way less often. And a lot of people struggle because they don't see how these 3 things come together. And when you start to see how they all affect each other and start to work on improving all 3, it'll become much easier for you to close sales. So let's get into the optimized sales environment. People need to realize that when people sell stuff, they're actually selling 2 things. The first thing is the content. So this is the actual thing that people are selling. In any business, it is the product, it's the service, it's the deliverable that you're actually selling to the customer for them to get a result. And then the context is everything that frames that thing to make it more valuable or less valuable. And in this case, it's the environment. The best way to think about this concept is a glass of water. So if you have a glass of water, the water itself is the content, right? In this case, it's the treatments, and the glass is the context. It what frames the water, it holds the water, and it's going to add shape to the water. And a lot of people don't pay attention to the context, and it actually sabotages their ability to sell. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to make your context work for you. So an example of a context not working for someone is this guy named Joshua Bell. He's a super famous world-class violinist, and he had this experiment where he played the violin. I think it was in the London Metro. He played there all day, incredible music. He was playing this amazing violin music, and he was just sort of passed off as a regular busker, right? People would walk by, they didn't really pay attention. He didn't draw up any big crowds. He had some people give him some money. He just made a couple dollars in change. And it just goes to show that you can have the best possible service or product, right? In his case, the content or the product is his ability to play. But since he was put in an environment that didn't support him, it didn't put him on a pedestal, make him look good, he was just cast off as a regular busker. And so you need to think to yourself, is your environment in your clinic, is it working for you or against you, right? Are you experiencing the equivalent of Joshua Bell playing the violin in the Metro and no one paying attention to him because he doesn't have the environment set up to work for him? So I doubt your environment is sabotaging you like that example before, but it's probably not supporting you as much as it could. And this video will show you how you can make it support you more. So the first thing you should do is you should put on a show, right? It's called the Sales Choreography. The clinic experience should really flow seamlessly. It should be like it was rehearsed thousands of times in preparation for your patient. And this is what really makes a premium clinic, right? It's not just about having a beautiful facility or staff or treatments. Like all those things are actually kind of easy to do. You can just buy them. But what really makes a true clinic special, what makes an amazing experience is the work you put in to ensure that all the pieces together flow very smoothly. And this is a lot of work as a clinic owner because you have so many treatment rooms, you have different providers all coming from different backgrounds. There's a lot of moving parts in a med spa, but it's absolutely worth it to put in the time to make sure that the whole choreography flows very smoothly. Now, it reminds me of this movie. I don't know if you've seen this movie, The Founder, but it's about the story of McDonald's, right? And how Ray Kroc turned this one burger location into this giant, brand McDonald's that we know today. And there's a scene in the movie where he drew out the entire floor plan of a restaurant in, I think it's a basketball court, and they have the employees literally rehearsing and going through and practicing the whole process that it takes to make a burger. That's how seriously he took this, because he knew that whenever everything flew together seamlessly, because he knew that when you set this thing up and you practice it like a choreography, like a dance, everything is going to flow together smoothly. And in this case, the ultimate result was just speed, right? It was the ability to deliver not only speed, but consistency. So you're able to get your burger really fast, and you know that whenever you get a burger, it's going to be the same no matter which McDonald's location you go to. And you can experience that today by going to any McDonald's. The speed and the consistency is incredible. So I have a client, Nathan Strom. He actually put on a masterclass for one of our clients. He's really good at the sales choreography thing, and he talks about engaging the 5 senses. So you want to think about all the senses that are being activated when a client comes to your clinic. You have the sight. So is your clinic spotless? Does the receptionist greet the patient warmly? What's on the TV? Sound, what music is playing? Does it match your brand? Does it create a nice atmosphere? Smell, does your clinic have a signature scent? Can clients smell your quality products? Taste, do you offer premium chilled beverages? And touch, are your furnishings comfortable and does the physical environment feel welcoming? So you need to think about all these things when someone's coming into your clinic. You need to engage those five senses, create that premium experience in your clinic. And the reason why this is so important is because acquiring new patients is actually 5 times more expensive than keeping existing patients. 76% of patients consider themselves a lifetime client after the 3rd visit. The average lifetime value of a client is $2,000. And this is why you must do everything to wow your patients on the first visit. So many clinics, they underestimate how expensive it is to actually get someone to walk into your clinic. And so you don't want to blow it when they walk in there, right? You want to invest time and money and effort into making sure when they walk in there, they'll be glad they came to you. This is your chance to prove why your clinic stands out and why choosing anyone else would be a mistake for your clients. So next we got social proof and authority. There's this amazing classic book called Influence by Robert Cialdini, and he discusses there's 7 strategies that you could deploy to influence someone or affect your ability to close them and get them to do what you want them to do. And 2 of them are social proof and authority. So social proof is where people tend to follow the pack, and authority is where people trust authority figures. I'm not going to get into the other 5 levers in this video, but these 2 are super important and they really play into your sales environment. So for social proof, one very big thing you need to do is religiously collect Google reviews. It's actually best to manually ask people. So when they're at peak happiness, you want to ask people if they want to write you a review. You can also offer a free V12 shot. This is a really good incentive you can offer for Google reviews. And once you get them, you want to sprinkle them throughout your entire sales process. So you want to print them out. You can frame them in clinic. You can put them in your results lookbook, in your consultation presentation. Throughout your whole sales process, you want to be reaffirming people that they made the right choice. And the way you do this is by showing them testimonials. So here's an example. This is actually my dad's clinic. A while ago, we actually took a lot of his Google reviews, we matched them to faces, and we framed them in his clinic. So when people are waiting to pay for their multi-$1,000 package, they're getting this confirmation that they're indeed making a good decision. Second is to religiously capture before and after photos. So it's super important to not only capture photos from individual treatments, but also combination therapy. So you want to have case studies from just a treatment like Botox, but then you also want to show people the value of combining Botox with laser, with skincare, and all the other things you offer. You should post it on your Instagram, your website, your before and after lookbook, your consult presentation. And it's actually a really good legal reason to do this because this actually protects you from litigation because you have really good baseline photos and you have proof of where someone was at before they were working with you and where they're at now after they're working with you. This should be part of your clinical process, right? So it can be as simple as this image here. You just have a part of your clinic that's for before and after photos, and you make it a habit for each person coming in. You get a really solid baseline photographs of their skin. Next is to create full case studies. So this is something that med spas don't really do. This is more taken from the internet marketing space, but if you apply it to your clinic as a med spa, you're going to have a huge leg up over your competition. So a case study usually contains before and after photos, an explanation of the treatment process, a Google review, and a testimonial/interview. So you should post these on your Instagram, your website, your lookbook again, your consultation presentation. Honestly, ditch the magazines. Instead, in your waiting room, you should have books with case studies of your results and description of how you got those results. Honestly, it's way more interesting to read those and you're going to sell people on your programs and your treatments at the same time. So a perfect example is the marketing funnel that I use for my company. So when I run ads on Facebook, people book a call and then under that, they can see all the case studies. So you can see here that I have, this is actually Nathan Stromes. I have a picture of him. I have the before results, the after results, the Google review, and I have an interview with them. So that is just so much more powerful in your clinic. Instead of having before and after results, if you explain what you did, you explain the whole process, you have an interview with the client and a Google review, it's just so much more powerful and it's more entertaining. It's more interesting for people to read, and it's really, really going to support your sales process. Next is creating authority. So before the beginning of the consult, the patient should know your track record, your education, your certification, your areas of specialty. Make sure to always have another staff credential you. It's much more effective than to have another staff credential you than credentialing yourself. And then you should also look into creating educational content online. So I recommend starting a YouTube channel. I get a ton of business from my YouTube channel, just like the video you're watching here. So you watching this video, consume the educational content for me. It is increasing my authority because I'm educating you And this works really well for my business, and it works just as well for local businesses as well. So at a bare minimum, I would post educational content on your Instagram Reels. And then I would also recommend, if you have the time, I would recommend creating a YouTube channel as well. And the best way to think about this is whenever you have a question from your clients that you're tired of answering, you constantly get the same question or the same concern or the same objection from people, and you're tired of answering it in person, just create a video about it. You can create an Instagram reel about it, create a YouTube video about it, and you can start to send this content to clients before they actually come in for the consult, so you can answer those questions before the actual consult, right? It's going to make that whole process much more efficient. All right, now onto the perfect consultation sequence. When you get this part right, it's extremely valuable. Here's just a post for one of our clients in our group. So Linny used our entire consultation process. She used the consultation PowerPoint that we provide. And by the way, if you stay to the end of this video, I'm going to show you how you can get one of these PowerPoints for yourself for free. So she used this presentation in her clinic and she was getting amazing results. She had someone come in for an intro offer and she was able to upsell them for a much bigger package because she properly educated the client through the consultation process and using a presentation. So the general process, the first step is discovery. This is the same thing for any consultation or any sales process. You want to find out why the client's there and what problems they want to solve. The second part is the presentation. So you want to have some sort of education part, and it really helps to have some sort of framework to explain the causes of aging. One you can use is the 3Ds of aging. You can say there's 3Ds: deflation, deterioration, and descent. And all the treatments that we offer come together to tackle those different things to get people results. You next want to go into show and tell. So this is actually the most powerful part of the presentation. This is where you're going to walk through your case studies and connect the results that you already got for someone else to the concerns that your client's having. So when someone comes to you and says, well, I'm having, I have forehead lines here and I have some pigmentation, instead of just saying, well, we can do this treatment, it's so much more powerful when you say, well, look at Sally. Look at her case study here. She had the exact same problems as you. We use treatments A, B, and C, and look at her now. That is so much more powerful than just saying, we have this treatment and we can do this for you. So this is why you want to have case studies and you go through it in your presentation. Next is the temp check and timeline tie down. So this is where once you agree and the client agrees that you can help them, you want to get them to agree that they want to get started now rather than later. And once you get them to agree to that, you can then give them an incentive to start today. And this is how you really get people to commit without becoming pushy, right? If you get them to agree they want to get started now, you can say, great, we actually have a really great incentive. If you want to get started today, we can give you this extra bonus. And then lastly, we have the recommendation and close. So finally, once you're gone through all those steps, you can then put together a package for them. Either you have preset packages or you can also put together a custom package for them. And again, if you stay till the end of this video, I have a resource that you can download that helps you put together these custom packages for clients. Lastly, we have correct offer sequencing. So I got this thing here called the Med Spa offer ladder. You may have heard of offer ladders before. They're more common in the internet marketing space, but it's a framework to describe how people ascend in a business. So it's kind of like dating. If you just meet someone, you're not going to go up to someone on the street and ask them to marry you, right? You're going to ask them out for a low commitment outing or a date, getting some coffee, getting some lunch. And the reason you do that is because you just met them, right? You don't want to commit to this huge multi-year thing with them, obviously. And the same thing applies to a business. And what people don't realize is that business is the same way, and they're so surprised why they can't sell their $6,000 cool sculpting package on Facebook to cold traffic. It's just not going to work. It may work, you may get lucky, but in most cases, it's better to bring in someone at the bottom of your value ladder. So you bring them in at the bottom here with a low price, relatively low value treatment that just gets them in for an appointment, right? So we call these low ticket offers. You bring people in with low ticket offers, and then once they're in the clinic, you can then upgrade them to medium ticket offers, mid ticket, high ticket, and then also membership offers. Doesn't mean you can't offer mid ticket and high ticket offers to new people. You're just gonna have more success and you're gonna experience less friction when you offer them a lower ticket offer. It's also really important I wouldn't focus, a lot of people want to offer memberships to bring new people in. But again, it goes back to the dating example. A membership implies that you're committing to a business for a long period of time over a period of months, right? So you want to focus on offering memberships to people that have come in and already know, like, and trust your business. And you really don't want to leave it up to clients to upsell themselves. This is a huge mistake that I see clinics make. They come in, they say, well, if the person wants this, they're going to bring it up. You really need to take the lead here. It's a losing strategy to try to let clients upsell themselves. You will achieve the best results when you're always one step ahead of your client. You should know exactly what they want next and make it very easy for them to do that. You should bring it to them on a silver platter. For example, if a new client comes in from a meta ad for a low ticket laser treatments, you should have a series of packages that you can offer that client. So you should have a mid ticket upgrade for people that aren't ready to like commit to a super expensive package, but they still want to get something done. But you should also have more expensive packages too if they want to do that. Just remember that people are silently begging to be led. They may not say it explicitly, but they want to go to a provider that knows what's next and who will proactively recommend the next step for them. So thanks for watching this video. If you found it valuable, just click the link below. It will take you to this page. All you need to do is fill out your information, and then all the resources that I mentioned in this video, I'm going to send it to you for free through email. You can get some results for free. I've had lots of people reply to me thanking me for the results they've gotten just from our free content. And if you want to see how you can work with us further, there'll also be an option to book a call with someone from my team. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.